What's up, dudes? I just got dressed. Leo energy might mean something. I got really drawn to put on my sun shirt, the sun. Somebody might go to a fashion show or something. Something like that. All right. Otherwise, somebody's going to have a great day. The sun, it's the happiest card in the tarot deck. Leo energy. All right, who's this message for? There's a transmission that came in. The empath has fully detached emotionally from these abusers. Stuck up narc clique, gonna watch the chick they bullied get a huge reward for all this bullshit they dealt with. The empath is fully detached emotionally from these abusers. Stuck up narc clique, gonna watch the chick they bullied get a huge reward for all this bullshit they dealt with. Who's this message for? Who's this message for? Gemini? Who's on the bottom? Sagittarius? All right, Gemini and Sagittarius energy. Some twin flame catalysts might watch the person they made fun of, ignored, smear campaigned, all something like that, get a huge reward. And then they're going to have the collapse of their stuck-up narc clique ego. Well, let's hear what the cards have to say. Look here's what I'm doing. I got just stacks of cards here. I'm feeling called to this stack, so let's see. Let's see what Spirit's showing. We'll just go right down the stack. What's the message for Sagittarius and Gemini? What's the message for Sag and Gemini? Sagittarius and Gemini. The empath has fully detached emotionally from these abusers. Stuck up narc clique gonna watch the chick they bullied get a huge reward for all this bullshit they dealt with. The Hummingbird. Number 26. Next message. What's the next message? I don't cheat. Somebody gotta surrender. I'm not a card trick person, no. I'm here. You've convinced me. I'm a clairvoyant, energy worker, supreme empress, high priestess. I went through the most brutal awakening and serious ascension in energy because I stayed in and did all the work I possibly could instead of jumping onto the fuck fest that's called online dating, where I saw a bunch of people that I know do and just like stay unhealthy and unwell in the head, everybody that just ran away from their demons. Yeah, I chose not to do that. Instead, I stayed in, went through a really brutal spiritual awakening, healed. Healing is getting the knowledge. There is so much free knowledge here on YouTube, and you are smart enough to heal yourself. Knowledge is the key to freedom. I understand how brutal the process called spiritual awakening is. People who haven't had an awakening can't comprehend it. And you may be surrounded by people who can't comprehend it, and they keep throwing their shadow at you, and then you have an extra brutal spiritual awakening due to narcissist abuse. I see that meme. This has been coming through. Before you diagnose yourself with depression, first, in fact, make sure you're not surrounded by a bunch of fucking assholes. And I'll say it. I'll save everybody a bunch of money. I'll save everybody a bunch of stuff that the therapist can't say straight up to you. I'll say it. If you've had an awakening and your person, your karmic, your whoever you're learning a lesson with hasn't, it ain't gonna work out. It's two completely different existences. It's not gonna work out. And you probably had an awakening because of that narcissistic person. So there it is. So I did this art movement where I took my skills, my abilities, and gathered all this information from my collective, because that's what the Empress does. The Empress doesn't just like hoard all the blessings for herself and her family. No, the Empress loves her community too. So I said, yeah, hell yeah, I accept the mission. I did the work. Spirit said, all right. Here you go, Molly Marcella. You are the Supreme Empress High Priestess. Please help your collective. And I did. With the art movement, a project in clairvoyance. If you've paid attention, if you follow directions, you will feel better. With guidance from Spirit. For fucking free. So there's a whole bunch of people who couldn't even be bothered to pay attention or follow directions. They keep repeating cycles. Won't surrender. And let's remember, surrender means, in my work, on my channel, in what I do in my spiritual work, surrender means where you say, I surrender, I am loving and lovable enough to have a magical experience. I am loving and lovable enough to live the rest of my life with this reality. I am not forsaken. I am not meant to be alone. Human beings are not meant to be alone. I am meant to rejoice in life with my soul family. I have to surrender and allow it to happen. That's called the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups in tarot, brand new love. And in this project, the Ace of Cups is the Holy Grail. It's self-love. I almost said the Holy fucking Grail. It's self-love. And Spirit is saying surrender. Spirit is showing a flaming sword right at this moment. So in tarot, we learn lessons 1 through 10. 10 of Swords, the worst feeling, just a terrible feeling, backstab like a motherfucker. Let's look at pictures of the 10 of Swords. Swords represent words and thoughts. It's the perfect symbol. They're very dangerous. Double-sided. Let's look at 10 of Swords Tarot. Let's look at it. Betrayal. Stabbed in the back. Gossiped about, talked about, shunned about, lied about, stabbed in the back over and over and over and over and over, and I am over. 10 is the highest it can go in tarot. It could be 10,000. It could be 10 million. And when you transcend the lesson of that, the cycle is over. And you get the Ace of Swords. Nail file just fell down. I bestow upon you the Ace of Swords. Truth and clarity. You transcended the lesson of that bullshit. So the empath has fully detached emotionally from these abusers. Stuck-up narc clique gonna watch the chick they bullied get a huge reward for all this bullshit they dealt with. So the Ace of Swords is you've already transcended the lesson. You've learned the lesson. But we got somebody stuck in the Two of Swords. Let's look at the Two of Swords. I refuse to accept it. I refuse to see the truth. I am willfully oblivious. I refuse. Willfully oblivious to the truth. Somebody got their ego so wrapped up in something, they refuse to accept reality. So, collapse of false reality. And Spirit is coming out with the flaming sword for you, darling. Gemini and Sagittarius energy. And the hummingbird, I hear. And the hummingbird. Spirit showing you the flaming sword. It's the Ace of Swords with flames. There's all sorts of debate. What is the flaming sword? And everybody wants to say the flaming sword. It's like this negative thing. No, the flaming sword is God's honest truth. Whatever God means to you, spirit, source, your ancestors, aliens, the force, all of the above for me. Is saying, I have your back. This is really the truth. You're being shown the flaming sword, which usually comes with get out of your way and surrender. Get out of your own way and surrender. All right? Let's remember one more time. The empath is fully detached emotionally from these abusers. There's a video too. It'll be in the comment section of this video, and this video originated on YouTube. Stuck up narc clique gonna watch the chick they bully get a huge reward for all this bullshit they dealt with. So just know this. If you've watched my channel, you've seen the blurry spot on my phone. It's when I drop my phone in the tomato soup. The only after effects is a blurry spot. Did I say I can't do it? My phone's too fucked up. No, I did it anyway. I got people hacking my channel. Did I stop? No, I did it anyway. Spirit wants me to show myself in the morning when I'm the most psychic, after I wake up. Do I say, well, I got to get a full face, I got to get ring light, I got to get everything before I even go on camera? No. But I'm getting judged by a bunch of stuck-up bitches who do. So they got to understand, like, I'm like a surfer for spirit. So imagine a surfer in a surf shack looking out and saying, oh my God, there's a bunch of waves coming in, a great set. Does the surfer say, well, I got to put my makeup on and then go find the cutest swimsuit first? Hold on, waves. I'm going to get ready. Yeah, of course not. Do they say, waves, wait. I got to go to the mall and get a new suit in case any other bitches are there and I can look cuter than them? Of course they don't. They say the time is now. The waves are here. They run out. I like getting cute, but this is me with no makeup. And I took this mission because it's been a long ass time since we've seen anyone with no makeup. All we've seen is like filters of people, which has affected our own self-esteem. Yeah, everybody looks all fucked up in the morning. They're recuperating from the night's adventures. Somebody might astral travel. There's a message. All right. Surrender. The journey. The beloved. The coyote. So when you go through the awakening, sometimes coyote kind of represents some trickster energy. When you go through the awakening, it can get really supernatural, paranormal, especially if you're a starseed and you're getting activated. Spirit is stripping down all these false realities and veils you've had. And this is all psychologically. And you might have trickster energy come sniffing around to see how powerful your light is. Do not play into it. All right. Next message. If you've seen a glitch in the system, whatever that might mean to you, if you've had a visit from an otherworldly being, if you've seen something paranormal, if you've seen a vision, an apparition, if you have psychic skills, if you are highly sensitive, if you've had an experience, I believe you. I believe you. All right, there's this message. I do, because I have myself. I love you. And if anybody hasn't told you in a long time, I love you. And I hope you love you. Because Spirit is giving you your Ace of Cups, the Holy Grail, self-love. Spirit says surrender to this magical and loving way of living. Never fear Spirit, whatever that means to you. The highest vibration has come knocking on your door. How lucky you are. All right, there's the message.